All right, so here we want to find the first 5 terms of this sequence. This is a subscript n, and on the other side we have equals -1 to the n power times n all over n plus 1. Okay, remember n represents essentially the index, right? Which term of the sequence it is. So if I ask to find a1, right, in this case n would equal 1. So to find that actual number, right, we just need to plug 1 in for every n that we see, right, in the sequence. So we're going to have -1 to the 1 first power times 1, all divided by 1 plus 1. Now in this case, what are we going to end up with, right? Well, -1 to the first power, well, that's just 1, right? So we get 1, or -1 half. Okay? So for a2 then, right, we're sort of going to do the same thing, except we're going to plug in a 2 everywhere we're seeing n. So we get -1 to the second power times 2 all over 2 plus 1. Right, notice what this does, right? The -1 to the n power essentially tells you if the term is going to be negative or positive, right? Because -1 to the second power is just a positive one, right? So that 1 times 2 gives us 2, and on the denominator we're going to get 2/3, right? So hopefully you realize there's a little bit of a pattern going on here. A3 will be -1 to the third power times 3 all over 3 plus 1. Right? Now, once again, -1 to the third power, that's just -1, right? So I'm going to get -3 over 4 here. Okay, and when we do the last 2 terms here, right, a to the fourth, we're going to have -1 to the fourth power times 4 all over 4 plus 1. Right? That should give us a positive 4/5. And then a5, right, the 5th term in our sequence, we're just going to plug into 5 here. And notice in this case, -1 to the 5th power is -1, so times 5 gives us -5, and 6 there on the denominator, right? So these are going to be the first 5 terms of this sequence.